Pre-snap motion is increasingly becoming a common tactic in college football. That's because it forces the defense to adjust on the fly, and it gives the quarterback more information to base his reads off of. This advantage can especially be seen in Florida State's 2021 season, where they averaged more than half a yard per play more on plays with motion than plays without motion. But why was the difference so great for Florida State when the average college football team saw very little variability between motion and non-motion plays? Well, I think the answer comes in how Florida State runs their passing game. If you've watched my previous videos, you've seen that Mike Norvell likes isolation passing concepts, the chief of which is slot fade, where he wants to get his speedy slot receiver isolated one-on-one with a safety and try to beat him deep in man coverage. And as I've shown in my previous videos, Florida State hasn't had the guys that could consistently win those routes and move the ball downfield in chunks. So they had to figure out ways to artificially spring their receivers open. And so they turned to motion. This is probably the best example of that from last season. Here, because this corner follows this receiver across the field on this jet motion, the quarterback knows that the defense is in man coverage. They're running a play that looks just like slot fade, except instead of a fade, this receiver is going to run more of a wheel. That allows that outside receiver's hitch to set a pseudo pick on this trailing corner, which allows this receiver to be sprung free for a big gain. You can see a very similar concept in this goal line play that Florida State went to often. Here, this same jet motion makes UNC switch man assignments from this corner to this outside linebacker. Florida State's then going to run in-breaking routes that sets picks for this receiver and makes him wide open in the end zone for a touchdown. But the motions don't have to be that exaggerated to be effective. Here, Florida State frequently went to this little motion that put these receivers into a stacked position. This does two things. Firstly, it means this back receiver can't be jammed and gets a free release against man coverage. Secondly, it creates confusion amongst the defense. UNC was in man coverage, and after the motion, they lose their assignments. That means that this receiver who struggled to get open on slot fades against Jacksonville State is wide open on this play. It also gives more room for error for one of Mike Norvell's go-to passing concepts, the quick screen. Here, this motion does two things. It means that the man that's on him is now changed to this safety who's not even in the picture, and two, he's moving when this tight end totally whiffs on this block, but a moving target is harder to hit, and he's still able to get positive yardage and a first down. Now that his receivers were able to get open against man coverage and jams, Jordan Travis was able to show his true potential as a passer. If you filter out all plays without motion, Jordan Travis has the second highest passing efficiency of any quarterback in the country. This efficiency of 198.1 would still be second best compared to all other attempts of quarterbacks. So how did Florida State utilize the information that motion springs its receivers open and makes life easier on Jordan Travis? Well, this graph shows the percent of plays run per game that utilized motion. All of the red bars represent games they lost, and all of the green bars represent games they won. You can see that they won 5 out of 6 of the games that utilized the most motion, and the one that they lost was against Clemson. In fact, they were 123rd in total plays with motion run. This tells me that they dramatically underutilized motion in their offense last season, but there is a glimmer of hope. In new offensive coordinator Alex Atkins' only season in the role at the University of Charlotte, they ranked second in amount of plays utilizing motion in the country. Now, there's still some debate to how much control Alex Atkins will have over the offense, but he will be instrumental in game planning. And to me, that can be nothing but a good thing. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Next week, we're going to do a full breakdown looking at how good of a quarterback is Jordan Travis. Make sure to check us out on Knowles247 and come back to this channel for more. Thanks.